welcome to Russian Wonderland. We are next to the main entrance of fabulous Casino Sochi and ready to start final day of WPT Russia main event 2021. There are 6 players left in main event, 5 Russian guys and 1 professional poker player from Serbia. So, whose name will be engraved on the WPT Champions Cup of Mike Sexton? Can't wait to see it. Let's go inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, without further ado, it is time for WPT Russia. We are live down to the final 6 players here in Casino Sochi. My name is Henry Kilbane, and as always, I will be joined by my main man, my co-host, the guy that keeps me in check, Mr. James Dempsey, will be joining me shortly. But for now, final table, 6 players. We will be going through the payouts shortly. You can see in the background that WPT Mike Sexton Champions Cup. And, well, someone at this table, no stranger to having his name engraved upon that coveted trophy, Mr. Vladimir Bojanovich, going for his second WPT title.
Look at this. There's people, there's chips, there's cards. We're back.
Oh,
it's been a year, but we're back. There's real poker.
It's been a year. It's been a year. And honestly, I'm not just saying this. I had the hairs on my arms standing up when Maria was doing the introduction. Just live players heading to the final table, the chip shuffling, the trophy. What's not to love?
Everyone chasing down their biggest score here, basically today. So whatever happens, we're gonna hopefully change lives. That's the goal. WPT.
I mean, the thing is, right, is, you know... All in. Oh, wow. Gonna cut you off there, James. I'm gonna cut myself off. Maxime with the ICM pressure on Vladimir. I must say, I'm a big fan of this jam with the ace-9. He has run into it, though.
Yeah, it's a huge spot for Vladimir.
All the aces live.
And Vanush doing the old tank with the Queen Jack, Henry. This, oh, pardon me, more than just a tank. He's going for it, and now, yeah, Vladimir folds the Thames when he sees the overcall, Henry, which is completely understandable. I'm pretty sure he's going to call, then has to probably happy to see the all-in behind, removes that difficult decision for himself. Vanush overcalls the big and is very live, and a jack in the window, Henry. We're on for our first double up of the day.
Looks that way. Just needs to dodge the 4-ounce. 210's dead.
Yeah. And bizarre start, Henry. And you see Maxime. I mean, it's hard to see Maxime. It's hard to read the faces, Henry, because obviously everyone's masked up. But the eyes tell enough of a story there that he was like, "What just happened?" Like, I made a bluff jam, and someone else not in the pot got involved, called it off. Now it is worth mentioning, of course, we're playing 30k, 50k. So Vanush was on 10 big blinds, Queen Jack suited.
Vanush getting involved here with the 8-7 suited. I mean,
this is it, Henry.
This is just
he called off the Queen Jack. He's popping up the 7-8. Let me tell you, this man, get your ICM. He's in my camp. Vanush is in my camp. He's got the ICM. He thinks it's fake. It doesn't exist. We're just going to play our hands. We're going to try and win this title. I'm going out on a limb, Henry. That's all he's about. First or nothing for Vanush. He's our early hero of the day.
That's it. That's it. Love to see it, you know. Got the trophy on display on the screen in the background. Vanush is saying, you know what, boys and girls, I want my name up there. We've all been there. We've had a couple of loose cannons at our table. We've then been at other tables where, you know, we have just a table full of wizards. And I don't know about you, but from an entertainment point of view, people like you, man, Kanish, I just love having. You know, it makes it all that more entertaining.
Nice. Oh, well, there you go. We'll look at the clock. So blinds going up 30k, 60k. Small rise. We were playing 30-50 up to 30-60. Obviously, as you would expect with a Party Poker Live WPT structure, there's going to be no jumps here. These guys are going to get maximum amount of play. And yeah, just on the Henry sort of touched on the topic. Just those guys wondering what they're doing, but they are fully on it here in terms of player and staff safety, as safe as we can be in these times. And I know they've been testing the staff every 3 days. There's temperature checks dotted all around the casino. You can't move in and out of one room without getting your temperature checked. And if it's over, I think it's over 37 degrees or whatever, then you basically can't play. That's it. That's the sort of world we live in. You have to accept when you play these tournaments that you may, on medical grounds, be barred from continuing. But I don't believe that's happened, thankfully. I think things have worked very smoothly there.
It's been a year, right? Last time, you and I, WPT Germany.
Look, Henry, Maxim's, he's having to think here. We don't know what he's got yet. Andre's opened it up. I think, has Maxim re-jammed over the open?
All in.
Wow,
with King 6. Right.
Calling it off.
Oh no, he's folded. He folded the ace-6. The 2 9s have called. I think we just got a slight. He showed the ace and folded, and the King 6 is okay. So the 2 9s have called it off. The ace has done the old raise and fold. I wasn't messing around, lads. I had an ace, I promise. The 2 9s are called it off, and Maxim maximizing his pressure, but has been caught at it once again. This time, his King 6 is behind to the 2 9s, but that can all change. As it has here, Henry.
Wow.
He spiked a king with the King 6 off. Even has the backdoor hearts covered. And I mean, we can hear some chuckles around the table, Henry. The other short stack's loving this. It was like, so it's Sergey with the 2 9s, needing a 9, doesn't find it. Henry. Sergey Bobrik out in 6th, and that's a story he's got to tell. I called it off for 2 9s, and the big stack turned over King 6 offsuit. I'm out. See, Vanush not afraid to mix it up and get those chips in. Sergey, of course, busting out, calling off with those 2 9s, getting outrun by Maxim's King 6. There is our man Vanush, not being afraid to get involved. King Jack suit certainly going to be good enough for him. He does indeed make the call in position. Like myself and Henry was saying, it just kind of makes it tough for Maxim. He knows he's supposed to be able to push these guys around, but Vanush is clearly displayed that he is willing to go for it. Now Vladimir in the big 10 bigs, Jack 8 suited. I think it would have been an easy call against the undergun open. A little harder when you've got Vanush calling in position, given situations like this arise where Vanush has you dominated. But he is going to flick it in as the shortest stack. Can't blame him for this. I think you want to be in there. And as I say, Vanush has been willing to play some wider hands than that. So you may feel he's less likely to be dominated in this particular scenario.
Sure.
10-6 deuce. Couple of diamonds. All missed this. No one with a diamond in hand. Of course, Vanush does have backdoor clubs. Just check to him. He's going to check this back. Let's see, any card above the 10 will work nicely for him, but 4 on the turn. This one actually kind of favours Vladimir the most, but with no outs. Can't really take a stab at this, and this will now fall to Maxim, who may decide to bet for a little bit of protection. Yeah, I don't think he really makes anything better fold, but a small bet certainly makes sense. And that's exactly what he's done, guys. He's bet just over a blind, just the 65k into 450, and look at this. So cheap that Vanush is thinking about sticking around even with just the king high. And
cheeky.
not sure about
I love
this.
it.
Yeah, Henry, he's just up against this kind of hand a lot, isn't he? The ace highs. But then, having said that, he's seen Maxim open up every hand, like the king six offsuit, all the garbage. So maybe he thinks king jack could still be good.
Yeah, I mean, not sure if thinks the king jack's good or whether he just thinks that Maxim's up to no good, James. An opportunity to potentially take it away on the river. And
Maxim,
well,
what a boss. Just trying to... He thinks there's a good chance he's up against a weaker ace high here, right, Henry? He's thinking, right, you just get to make a crying call for the 75k. A little block bet as well, of course.
does open the door for Vanish to get a cheap bluff through him. He doesn't really have to go that big.
It's hard, isn't it, though, Henry? I think... Vanish, yeah, don't think tells a great story here. I don't think he's thinking about raising. I mean, I don't see him checking back the flop with diamonds. Just from what we've seen of this style of player, I don't know, but he is counting something out, Henry.
Street
I'm loving
poker,
this.
potentially. Yeah, some street poker, maybe.
Here we go.
There it is.
I'm not sure that Maxim's done with this. I genuinely mean this. I think Maxim would expect Vanish to bet a 10, and I think he would expect him to bet diamonds on the flop. Just from what we know of Vanish, or what we've seen of Vanish, I'm assuming they've played throughout this tournament at some stage. So I don't think he's done, Henry.
Don't think
Yes, he does call it. He does call it. That's a great call. Very, very well done. And Maxim bet calls river with ace high in this three-way pot. Two streets bet. All right. We're not messing around here, Henry.
Yeah, security just giving us a bit of grief. Who are you again? We're doing the commentary. I don't believe you. Well, I wouldn't believe me either.
Henry, look at this scenario. Maxim popping up from the small Vanish in the big blind. King Jet suited. I think this again, I mean, he might just rip this in. Unless he's going to go for some sort of bet. He's only got 15 blinds. Sees the open. Looks like he's 20. He has re-raised, but he's gone for a very small sizing, it looks. Wow. I mean, Henry, Maxim might be a bit confused by the sizing, but ace-queen suited just going to be enough to pile the rest in. And we saw Vanish earlier call off queen-jack suited in a much less advantageous spot than this, so I expect to see him call. He does call. Henry, they're at it again. Maxim and Vanish. This is really going to be a defining pot, I think, in this tournament, because if Vanish gets 2 million, he's going to be a real handful. 10, 10,
Yeah,
6
indeed.
board,
I mean, if
bricked out.
Maxim gets the double, have over half the chips in play, 4 left, no heart on the board.
Oh, that's a bad
That
card
removes
for
2
Vanish,
of his
Henry.
outs.
Wow. Well, Maxim, as you say, Henry, up to 5.2 million. And by my reckon, there's about 8.5 million chips in play. So he is monstrous now. Vanushi was, like I say, I think he just said, guys, I've made the final table. I'm going to try and win this thing. I'm not worried about laddering up. Does indeed bust out on 5th. That's what happens when you take your chances. And sometimes you bust out. It's great for the other guys. They get to ladder up. But you see their confirmation. Maxim with a monstrous chip lead here. 86 bigs. Oh, Andre. Oh, dear. Henry. Andre's got 11 blinds and king queen.
Does indeed. Give me the triangle dealer.
Yeah, and I mean, Vladimir. Okay, he's just going to fold it. I mean, Vladimir's so short. Which is 450k.
Fair play, man.
Yeah.
Play. I mean,
You know, this is
Maxim with an ace Dempsey in the big blind. And as you mentioned, 2 short stacks.
Yeah, but Henry, I think reveal's 60 plus deep. I don't think he can really start trying to do too much to reveal. I don't know. If he just sort of decides to... Reveal's still going to call it off, because if he wins a double up against Maxim, obviously then he's just kind of winning the tournament, isn't he? So...
I mean, you'd be surprised, James. These two
well,
solvers out there.
Yeah, I mean, Maxim's shown a willingness. We saw him 3-bet jam the king 6, so he's definitely one who will take his spots. And instead play this one down to the river. Matrix is going to make a bet here, and Reveal may end up paying it off with the nut no pair. Yeah, snaps him off.
Yeah.
Small bet. Yeah, I mean, Henry, it wouldn't surprise me if he did it, but I just don't think it's necessary. You got 2 guys on 10 blinds and below, just 60 bigs deep. I could see the big 3-bet, just 4x 3-bet, 4.5x 3-bet, really make it tough for Reveal to continue. It's only 5 blinds, and he's in great shape. Maxim does flick it in with the king 5.
Yeah.
Vladimir, the previous
great shape.
WPT champion, Henry. He knows how to win one of these. And, well, there's some chances here. Maxim with a deuce or 5 will take the lead.
Couple of chop outs.
Chop outs here. Oh, there's the deuce. Henry, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. Vladimir Bozinovich, the previous WPT champion, is out in 4th. Kind of shake of the head. Only hand he raised folded 10s and then folded for the rest of the final. Did ladder up. But this man is... he must have a flight to catch, Henry. He's on this might be a record... check the record book, someone. What's the fastest WPT final table? Because this is... we're on for it here. Andre left with 8 blinds. And then Maxim with 6 million, equating to 100 bigs. Reveal with, what, 58 bigs. This is record breaking, Henry. Potentially. Maybe you guys
potentially.
Well, don't go anywhere. Don't adjust the sets. You can't afford to take a break. Can't miss anything here. Andre now with ace-7. I'm going to rip it. He's loving life, Henry. Look at that. I can see the smile underneath the mask even, and he has been looked up here. But by the ace-6 of diamonds, Henry, we're all in again.
Yeah.
Action coming thick and fast from Casino Sochi.
Well, 7 has flopped, but there is a gut shot there for Reveal. 5 will fill it in.
Can he do a Maxim?
Yeah. Ping the gut shot on the end. Not going to do it. All right. A little change of pace. The big stack loses a pot. Short stack double up.
You're good, man. You're good.
All right. Here we go. Maxim popping up ace, 5 of hearts. Going to raise a lot of hands on the button. This one's certainly going to be raised. Reveal just flatting from the small with 10s with the shorter stack in the big blind behind. Obviously going to play cautious against Maxim. And Maxim once more flops big, Henry. Gut shot, nut flush draw. You can do all sorts here, right? Henry can start firing out some really big barrels, can bet small, can even check back. Everything's fine. Goes for 150.
Yeah, I don't think checking back's really an option. Just get to lean on Reveal as much as possible. Still comfortably in second, and obviously a board texture that favours our range. Although Reveal going to have some, king, queen, king, jack suited.
Right.
From the small and flat.
Right, and all the pocket pairs like he does here. Now Maxim, I mean, he woke up today going, right, okay, WPT final table, I've got this. I'm just going to play good. I'm going to get it done. You would not believe the pace it's gone for him. Fantastic start. Now,
yeah, 60%
he's gone very small, Henry. He's gone small. 2-6. Reveal, of course, would love to have a heart with his hand, but for 200k, we're going nowhere. And I thought Henry, Maxim might go a little larger size in there. Well, brick on the end.
Check.
1.1 million chips in the pot. Maxim with the nuts. The stone cold nuts. He's against the second chip leader. This is so crucial, these pots, Henry. Winning chips off Reveal worth so much more than off Andre. Just the fact that he then gets even more of a powerful position. Throws in a time
mean,
card, Henry. I
even
love this. We're back to time cards and stuff. Here we go.
If he can squeeze out another 350, 400.
Okay.
I mean, he's gone for the jugular.
Went for the 200k on the turn into 600. Now goes for the, what, 2.5x pot nearly on the river. I mean,
Yeah, gonna want a heart in your hand to call off here and reveal shoes. And I feel like he wants to do it, but he does let it go.
this is, yeah, Henry, I would have loved to see Maxim build a bigger pot on the turn.
Flash.
All in.
Those are the chips in play. Three-handed.
Заходит, да.
Ну, максимально
You
почти.
do have an
All
all-in
in.
a
And
call.
oh my word, Henry. Andre, very live though, the 10-9 suited against the two kings. Not so live anymore. King in the window. It's going to need some runners. But here we go.
Out.
Step one complete, Henry. Can he find that 8-ball?
Ёбаный в рот.
Wow.
My
Пробил я
Word.
тебя ауру уже.
ace.
What a
king,
run out
six,
then.
Активным приемом воспользоваться пришлось,
full
да?
hop. Runs out 7-8. Yikes. Is this a spot where he decides to do something? Oh, okay.
Let's
He will just call.
decide to flat. What a sick run out. See you guys over on the YouTube channel. Pretty crazy over that hand. Not surprised that one. I feel like that one hurt all of us, James. We've all been there. You know, flop the middle set, looking good, and then you just get the runner.
Ooh, hello. I just want to confirm to everyone watching, we are not watching highlights. These hands are one after the other. Andre has got top pair, top kicker. Maxim's got the nut flush draw. Reveal's got trips. This is ridiculous, Henry. Maxim's gonna come betting from the small blind. Yeah, got a nice size in here.
Ridiculous is one way.
Kind
Of
of almost like a block bet kind of thing here, Henry, isn't it? With this ace-7 of diamonds.
Yeah, not
Narrow-
the biggest fan of the lead, to be honest with you, on the king of spades turn.
Right. And there you go. Reveal counting out a raise, and then Andre's like, really? I mean, got ace-king. Guys, what are you doing? Against... Wow. What a great fold, Henry. Incredible fold. I couldn't make that fold, I don't think, Henry. When we know Maxim's very active, Reveal could be raising up with some draws here. He could definitely even raise with a king, perhaps.
Does flick in the call.
Yet, yeah, another monster pot, Henry. 1.5 million chips in the middle. I feel like I've said this about 8 times today, but another really key pot for this tournament. The diamond were to fall, and it's a red card, but it is the deuce of hearts. And, Maxim just going to check fold this one. You would assume holding the ace-7 of diamonds, one of the worst hands to bluff catch with.
Reveal, curious to see
I
what
guess
sizing
it's-
Reveal goes for. I mean, SPR just over 1.
It looks like he's gone
Around
half pot, Henry.
half pot.
Еще раз.
Yeah, quick fold.
У меня туз король был.
And it's one of those, I think you can just go the half pot sizing. It's very hard for him to ever get bluffed. Love this, Henry. I love this on this board texture. King 6-5, 2 diamonds, very draw heavy board. Andre out of the big blind, gets to have all those draws. So bets big, goes pot against Maxim's check back range. Maxim's going to think, oh, I've played this quite well. I've checked back and now I've got this guy leading pot.
Yeah, obviously not going anywhere just yet with top pair. And as you said, the sky's top pair. after playing so aggressively. Maybe just rolling a 3 in his head. Taking the passive line on the flop. We do want to obviously have some top pairs in our check back range, but I think with our image up until now, potentially missing value from some 6x, 5x, even some weaker king 9s, king 7s.
Yeah, and
Not
this
slowing
river
down,
card, Henry,
I think
750.
he's called a bet in just before time runs out. Hopefully, he's gone. Ooh, he's gone quite big actually. 750. The 8's not a bad card for Maxim to see. I don't think. You kind of nullify some stuff. You block. It's less like an 8-6, 8-5 out there. King 8. You got lucky against King 6, King 5.
does throw in the time bank extension. Can't say I blame him. Be a real shift in momentum and dynamic. He calls and loses. I mean, he'd be down to 3.5. Andre would be up to 3.1.
I would have liked to see a smaller sizing here, Henry, just because Maxim does just have some to give up. I don't know. Oh, is he folded
Nice fold. Nice fold.
What a fold. Fantastic stuff, that. Really, really good fold. Checked back flop, called turn, and gets away from it on the river. Yeah, I mean, Andre, at the moment, obviously, looks like will most likely finish third, which is where he was looking likely finishing about 30 minutes ago. Oh, here we go, though.
Oh, wow.
He's in a good spot here, Henry. 2 queens against queen 5 of clubs.
You jinxed it, Demps.
Well, he's had that miracle double up already. Now he just needs the standard hold. Well, a club on board, Henry. A 5 on board. There's always some drama here at Casino Sochi. Safe as houses turn. Just needs to fade the 5 on the end.
Case 5 needed for reveal to eliminate Andre. No dice. King of diamonds. Andre gets the double back up to just sub 20.
Feel like, ooh, Henry. Guys have just got so much heart. They just keep firing.
The return of live poker, Mr. James Dempsey. Eager to see the zero equity triple barrel. Can't say I blame him. We all love to see it.
He's setting it up nicely. He's setting it up nicely for the river jam. I don't think we'll see it though, Henry, but I mean, Maxim's in that weird spot. He's like, oh, I still really like my hand, but I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about missing and then what to do on the river. And the real just gets to have, ace king, ace queen, ace jack.
Does have a queen and a jack in his hand. No spade as well, blocking some of the backdoor spade.
Maxim's a little happier now, Henry. Seems a little happier now. Gets to the end with the nuts. And we'll check it, Maxime. Well, we saw him overbet jam 2.2x something pot earlier with the flush draw. This time will be less than a pot size jam if he does elect to go for that sizing. I don't really know what bluffs you can have here, Henry, unless he sort of turns an 8 into a bluff, even a weaker ace into a bluff, but that seems unlikely.
Alan.
He's just going to shovel them in, though. Reveal. Can't do anything about it.
Boom. Back in the driver's seat.
And flops bottom pair, but it's Andre with top pair. The lead on this one. Henry, kind of flop, you're going to bet and you might get some action. Goes quite large here, 300. Yikes. That's going to reveal something to think about. 300k into 400 on the 9-6 deuce. He's paired that deuce. I guess Henry, I can look at this one two ways, right? If he's gonna see bet 9-6 deuce against big blind peel, does make there we go.
For the jam.
Go.
I mean, this is just insane. We could go from Andre being 2 feet out the door to being a real contender for this trophy. Manages to hold Dempsey. Yeah, and he's got, what, average chips? There's 10 million chips in play. He's got 3.5 million of them. It's a good strategy. He flopped top pair against the gut shot and backdoor hearts. Goes for the check. Slips it over to Maxim, who's going to realise his equity. The turn card he was hoping for. Well, how about the 7 of hearts river? Drills the nut straight. Only losing to flushes. Andre going for the double delayed C bet. I don't think the question is Maxime going to raise? I think the question is how much is he going to raise? 800k in the middle. We're making it here, Dempsey, like 900.
I was just thinking he's just going to once again reclaim the chip lead after this hand. But yeah, he doesn't have to go too big, does he? So some just the call.
In the call.
A little gun shy, Henry.
Yeah, been a rough hour or so.
Простил меня, получается.
Come on, Henry, translate for us.
It's just said, forgive me.
We're getting a little dirty here. Reveal picks up some outs, having stabbed the flop. Andre, of course, sticking around with the ace high. We've got some Aussies tuning in as well. I like to see this. Scott and Wolfport in the mix. Aussies tuning in for WPT, expecting to see Lingil Martin, no doubt. But I'm afraid you have to make do with myself and Henry. $180 into 400, and look at this, Henry. Andre says, hang on a second, my ace side's still good enough here. This man could have picked up some outs on that turn, and he did, but what he's done even better is pick up the winning hand on the river. 3 clubs on the board there, Henry. Yeah, not surprised, Henry, to see reveal, even though he's rivered that jack to check it. You bet twice on this board, your opponent can have a 10. They're probably not calling it.
Oh,
whoa! The bear ace.
I absolutely love it from Andre.
The bear ace, Henry.
Ace of clubs in his hand.
This is what Reveal was trying to avoid by the check. He was trying to avoid getting put in a really tough spot here, but Andre just cracks out the overbet on cue. I was just saying how all these 3 players are willing to make the moves. And Andre is not disappointing. He's recognized here, Henry, that Reveal can definitely have a 9, can have a jack, the way this one's been played. He's bet twice, check river. I don't think he's trying to really make him fold a 10, but there are still some hands in there.
Got it. don't think we're necessarily capped to flushes when we jam river. We see uncapped from the big. We have all of the 10x.
Yes. But the backdoor hands is the ones I'm referring. We can take a large chunk of those out. Is the point with that 8 of clubs? But yes, he still gets to have like all the houses.
Wow, fair play, Andre.
Алло.
Кол.
All in and a call.
Yeah. Reveal. King 7, good enough. As Henry says, the blinds have gone up. Maxime giving it a go and very live with the Jack 8.
Батю сразу ложи.
Ace, deuce, tray, Henry. Reveal looking good for doubling back up.
Some chop outs. 9 outs once for Maxime. That's not one of them.
Let's get the double up.
43 plays 30, plays 25, and the reality is Reveal doubling up through either Maxime or Andre puts him back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Reveal certainly a good enough hand to pair with from the big blind here with his 8-9 offsuit against Andre's button raise. And bingo for Reveal. Flops, trips, Andre with the Jack of Hearts in hand on this 2-heart flop. Henry, I guess just obviously a flop we're just going to want to attack a lot, but this is one of the better hands he's going to have. Just kind of be happy to get us the showdown normally.
Yeah, I think the amount of 8x in both players' range is pretty evenly split, but then obviously Andre with the strong King X range advantage, as well as nut flush draws. It does go for the check raise. Kind of size spot. I understand the c-bet, as you said, you know, what protection. Maybe a hand I don't hate calling with, having the checking with, having the Jack of Hearts. What an action turn card that is. Queen of Hearts corner pocket. Giving Andre a flush draw as a gut shot. 10 outs once.
Check it, Andre. More than happy to check this back now. I've been picked up all those outs as Henry mentioned and improves on the river, but not in the way he needed to do to win the pot.
Бет. 455. Cool.
Go somewhat small.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for a block sizing and mentions.
Well, Henry, it keeps changing around, and with that, Andre back to being, although marginally, the shortest stack again.
Yeah.
That's how we get it done.
It's brought up on every stream.
Oh,
well, I'll tell you how else it can get done.
Hello. Well, the two bigger stacks are getting this in, Henry. And Andre is going to ladder up here because they've basically got the same stack. It's confirmation here that I think it's... I'm not sure who's actually at risk here, but it's definitely Reveal at risk now because Maxim has spiked the queen. And Reveal needs to find a jack. And a jack only on this river, which he has failed to do, Henry. And they're going to have to count these stacks down because these guys were very even in chips. The graphic
Andre's
suggesting
just
that
laddered like an absolute champ. Andre's been out here battling.
Call.
Oh, wow. Okay. Maxime limping on the button. Andre jamming his 25 big blinds with the 10-8 suited. This could be it. Just 4 hands into this heads-up match. Jack 6-3 rainbow, no diamond.
Henry, I'm here with you. I can't miss this.
Well, we're just 1 card away from crowning a 19-year-old WPT Russia champion.
My word.
And Maxime
Поздравляю.
has closed it out.
Henry-
Just 4 hands,
Wow.
James, of heads-up play.
Это
I
хорошо.
was sat here, Henry, watching. I just didn't want you guys at home to have to listen to me chewing away. And just like that, they're in.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching us. It was so crazy, great festival. And Maxime is our new champion, and seems he's the youngest ever champion of World Poker Tour. See you in Sochi.
Well,
Oh,
thanks,
certainly
Maria,
one of the
Henry. I
youngest,
mean,
James.
yeah, and Maxim Serakov. I mean, congratulations, like you said, one of the youngest ever. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the World Poker Tour.